Hi guys, Ocean here, and today I'm making a video on tips and tricks for making a FlipaClip GIF or GIF animation. Please do note that this is a commission for Nova on Wings of Fire Amino. I do not own this character, nor am I claiming to. Please, if you are interested, go check me out on Wings of Fire Amino. I do 3 new GIF animations every month. It may be a little rocky because I'm just getting started with doing this. Anyways, on to the FlipaClip GIF animation. The first thing you want to do is get a reference sheet of a animation-friendly design. I recommend if you're taking commissions that you put up a policy that says the design must be animation-friendly just to save yourself from the hassle. Then you're going to start wanting to block in the silhouettes of your character and the movement. It doesn't matter if it's super choppy at first. This is just a silhouette. This isn't going to be your final animation. It's just the basics of how you want the design to move. Then after that, you're going to want to start lining your piece. If you want, you can do a sketch first, a more complex sketch. And the key thing is that you line your head or any parts that need to be moved. You line them on as their own layer. So with FlipaClip, and as you can see with this animation, it was like a head bop. What I did, sorry about the music option. What I did was I lined the head on a separate layer, and then I lined the neck and lower body on a separate layer. And yeah, sometimes you mess up and do everything on the same layer, which when that happens, like it did for me, you have to go in with your eraser and erase it. But it's not that bad. Sorry if you hear some things falling in the background. Then you're going to want to go on the same layer and color in all the details of your design. Some designs aren't the easiest to translate into a cartoony style like mine. That mostly is because some designs have just things that I don't do, but other artists do. So you have to get a little creative with how you put the design onto your style, but it's not too difficult and it shouldn't end up causing any issues. So once you have all the coloring finished, you're going to want to move on to copying and pasting, and this is a very essential thing in FlipaClip. Also, may I note right now that you do not need to have the FlipaClip Premium, but it is extremely helpful and worth the money. Anyways, you're going to want to start with this where the head had to tilt and then tilt back. I copy and pasted the frame, slightly moving the head until I was happy with the head movement. This is kind of a bit of a pain, but it's not too difficult. And as you can see here, I wanted to draw a closed eye, so I simply just colored over and then drew on the eye, which actually took quite a couple tries because it kept looking really weird. So once you have your basic animation, and obviously you can change the frame speed to make it faster, you're going to want to fill in all those unsightly gaps where something, when you drew it the first time, was off screen. Well, when you pull it down, nothing's going to be there. So you need to just fill those in. If you're doing this for yourself, you don't have to, but if it's for a commissioner, I would definitely recommend it. Also, with the head moving back up, I was able to just copy and paste the first few frames. For the lower body, it's actually one of the easiest parts. All you have to do is go to your first frame, line the entire body, and then color it in. Once it's colored in, you can copy and paste it between all the first frames as long as your body is on a separate layer from your head. This is a very helpful thing, and I'm sure it will help make your animation much better. Moving on to shading, you're going to want to go a layer up from everything that you did and color in a light source and then start adding your shading. You'll probably have to clean up your shading lines because it can cause some very messy looking shading. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. I just recommend it. Drawing a light source is key for making sure all shading looks the same and that it's not shifting around and if you want it to shift around, that's fine, but I would only recommend having the shading shift around if it was by a moving light source, like a fire or a moving car. If it's not, then having a set light source that you can erase at a later date is extremely helpful. It saves a lot of stress and wondering and guesswork and estimation. Shading can actually be quite difficult. You'll need to draw your first layer, figure out your opacity, lower your opacity, and then begin coloring each layer, making sure to line it all up using your onion skin. You can copy and paste if some frames are the same as the last one, but otherwise you're going to have to redraw it every time. Highlighting is the next thing, and that's one of the easiest, as highlights can be pretty sparse. Highlighting also is a very, very light color, so it's not going to show up as much as if your shading was outside the lines. Cleaning up your highlights is still a very important thing to do, but it's a lot easier and you don't have to do it as much and it won't look as unsightly if you don't. Highlighting is one of the most key things to making your art pop. It gives it a much lighter feeling and makes it look much nicer. I would also recommend watermarking all of your work to make sure no one steals your work unless they've fully paid for it. Well, there you go. Now you know how to make a FlipaClip GIF. I hope this video was informative as well as helpful if you're interested in starting to make your own GIFs and take commissions. Anyways, have a great day and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye! There, do you like my work? Well, then it would mean the world if you consider commissioning me or checking me out on my social medias. They're all written up right here. Even if you can't commission me, watching this video is still a great help. Thank you guys for all the support you have shown me. Anyways, I have to tune out, but thank you for everything. You're amazing, and I will see you later. Bye!